Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are doing well and completing all the assignments on time. Today, once again, I'm here with you for the next tutorial. So, let's start. In the last tutorial, we discussed about different keys in the database. Like earlier, also, we have done some of the keys: primary key, foreign key. And in the yesterday tutorial, we discussed about candidate key, compound key, composite key, and alternate key. So have a review or a recap for the previous topic. So there is a table, that is, one is the employee table, another is department table, and employee ID is a primary key for employee table, whereas department ID is the primary key for the department table. And as both the fields are common in these two tables, and department ID in employee table and department ID in department table, they both are linked with each other. We can say they are creating the relationship between these two tables. Now if we see employee ID, employee license, and employee passport, these three fields are there which cannot have a duplicate value, which will always be unique. So these three are qualifying to be a primary key. So we can say that these three are the candidate keys. So employee ID is taken as a primary key in case of employee table. So rest, employee license and employee passport, they are the alternate keys. So composite key, we have not created any composite key here, but if we want to create the composite key, then we need to choose some of the fields. For example, if we take employee ID and name, but in this table we can see that we have fields which qualify to be a primary key. So we are not having any composite key here, and we do not need to create any composite key. Similarly, compound key, because composite key will be created through the compound key, so compound key is also not available. So what is a compound key? When we have a table where there is no field or column which qualify to be a primary key, so we use two columns to create a key, and that key which will be created, that will be composite key. Data types. So what are the data types? As its name defines, types of data. If we are storing data in database, it means we are storing different type of data. Yes, we are storing it in the form of tables only. So the tables in database can store a data of number type, like it can be an integer number, it can be integer which will not be a fraction or a decimal number, or we can store data in the form of fraction number. We can store a number which can be a decimal number. We can store the data in the form of text. It can be a date also, it can be a time, it can be any picture or image. So we can say that different type of data we can store in the database tables. So basically, if we define the data type, or if we specify the data type, it will determine the type of data that can be stored in the database column. Fine. So it will actually specify which type of data you are going to store, whether you are going to store the number data, whether you are going to store the text type of data, whether you are going to store the date, whether you are going to store the time or some picture, which type of data you are going to store. The importance of data types. Actually, it provides flexibility and control over that how you store your data. We take an example. If you wanted to store information about the date and time that a purchase was made online, and you're going to store the values in a column that defines date and time, so that you could ensure accuracy in your data. Now what does it mean? Now in a database where you're storing the data about purchases, on which date, at what time the purchase was made. So might be possible the field name or the column name is given date of purchase, time of purchase. So now if date of purchase is given, then for that we will specify the data type, for example date, and in time of purchase if you specify the data type time, then you would only be allowed to enter the type of data that will be in the form of date. Different formats of the date can be there. So you are controlling that how you want to store your data into the database table. If you are not able to understand it further, we will start with the practicals. It will be more clear to you. Moreover, further when we will learn more about the data types, it will be more clear to you. Now next is data type takes a different amount of space on your system. Definitely you are storing some data into the database, and whenever we are storing something on computer, it takes some memory, it utilizes some memory, occupies some space. So how the space is measured, and this is measured in bytes. If we take the example, a word is there horse. Now this horse word is having 5 letters, and 1 byte is consist of 8 bits. So this complete word is taking 5 bytes space into your system. See, it can be more complicated than this. This is a very general example, but in general this rule will hold up well. So to understand to you, it is a general rule. You can understand this in such a way. Next, data types. Now, which are the different data types available in database? Number one is alphanumeric. Then we are having numeric. Then binary, date and time, and others. So we have these different data types. Each will have different subtypes of each data type. Alphanumeric. What is alphanumeric data type? Alphanumeric is basically consists of two words. It is alpha and numeric. Alpha, which is somehow related with some text data, and numeric, which is numbers, not number based data. So alphanumeric data types are used to store numeric, textual, or combination of numeric and textual data. So as example is given here, if I say name Rohit, which is completely textual data, so alphanumeric data type can store this type of data also. If we say email, which is a combination, like if we see ABC002, then it is a combination of text and numeric data. Still it will be able to store this type of data also. Similarly, if I now next example, I'm having number like 1 2 3 4 5. These are the numbers, completely number based data, numeric based data. So now alphanumeric will allow to store such data also, but it doesn't mean we can use any of the data type for any of the data. Yes, we have to think, and then we have to set the data type. Gradually you will learn how to do that. Under the alphanumeric data type, we are having char text, varchar text, long varchar memo, varchar ignore case text. So we can say that textual data represents any kind of information that can be brought into your system and displayed in a human readable form. Now, first of all, we will discuss char and varchar, which are the most important data types you will be using and will be questioned in your examination. Char and varchar. Char, it is for the fixed character, and varchar, that is for the variable character. Both the data types are actually similar, but still there are some differences on the basis of some conditions, like how they store the information and how they retrieve the information. For both the data types, we have to pass the length specified, that which indicates that how much data the fields can hold. Char text fix. When values are stored in char fields, remaining characters will be padded with the white spaces. Now, what does it mean? In the beginning of the data types topic, I told you that whenever you will store some data into database tables, then it will occupy some space in your system. As I have already given you the example that horse word is there, which is consists of 5 letters, and now it means it is occupying 5 spaces, means it is taking 5 bytes to store that word. Now here I have taken another example, that is one field is here, name. Now under the name field you have to store the name of the employee, name of the student, name of the customer depending upon the database table. Next is char 5. Right now I said that you have to specify the length. You have to specify the length means how many characters, how many characters or number can be entered for that particular field. For example, if I say name and if I say my name is Rohan, so Rohan is occupying 5 characters. If I say Arjun, again it is having 5 characters, so 5 bytes. If I say Diya, D-I-Y-A, 4 characters, that is 4 bytes. So we have to specify the length. Now here I have specified length 5. Now if we see this table, 3 values are there. The first one value is in the second column, value column, RO, whereas the actual storage is RO, where you can see some space as compared to the value in this. You can see here in this table, like RO is the first value, and what is the length specified by us? That is 5. We have a field name for which we have specified length 5. What is the actual value we are going to store? That is RO, which consists of 2 characters. Now when it will be actually stored into the database, then it will be RO, then that is for the 2 characters, and then rest of the 3 characters or 3 bytes or 3 spaces will be padded or occupied with the white spaces. Storage space maximum was 5 bytes. How many characters was there in my value? That was 2. So it took 2 bytes to store those 2 characters, but for rest of the 3 spaces it is filled with the white spaces. Next, Rohit. Now how many characters are there? 5. What is the length specified for this name field? 5. What is the actual storage? 5 only. It means 5 bytes. Next, Rohit Kumar. Rohit is having 5 characters. Kumar is having 5 characters, and there is a space between Rohit and Kumar that will also be counted. The total number of characters in this, that is 11. But the length specified by us for the name field, that is 5. So actual storage will be Rohit or Rohit Kumar? Rohit. Reason behind this, whatever length we will specify for any of the data type, you cannot enter any data more than that length. In actual, what will happen? It will not allow you to enter such value. In case you would try to enter a value more than the specified length, it will show you an error. So that is char text fix. So that is why it is called as fixed length character. So it will take only those spaces. Whatever length you will specify, it will use all those spaces, whether it will be used or not used. Now 3 spaces here, where we have entered value RO, 3 spaces are occupied or filled with the white spaces, but they were not required. So this is a wastage of the memory space. And second, fixed character length means whatever length will be specified, it will occupy that length with white spaces. Varchar text. Similar to char text, varchar text is also used to store a word or short sentence to the specified length. Specified length means size. But it will not add extra space to your data as it was in char text. Now, I have taken the same example, name, but here data type is chosen 5. Now, if you see the second column, that is value column, where first value is RO. Now, under this first value, you can see here that it is only occupying 2 spaces, whereas the length specified similar to the char fix was is 5. Next I have entered a value Rohit. It has only taken the actual storage is also Rohit. When I entered Rohit Kumar, it will only store Rohit, because just concept will remain same, that whatever size or length you have specified for a field, it will only store that length or that size value. So if you have specified length 5, so maximum characters that can be entered, that will be 5. If you will specify the length 10, then maximum length will be 10. So this is what char and varchar. So char is a fixed length or fixed character length of data type, whereas varchar is a variable character length data type. The maximum length you can specify in case of char, that is 255, whereas in varchar also you can specify 255. Somewhere it is also given as 655536, but then it will be called as text, not the characters. Char, as you have seen, it wastes the memory space, but in case of varchar, there is no wastage of the memory space. So out of char, text fix and varchar, which one we should choose for a specific field? First of all, we should choose the data type depending upon the type of data we are going to store. Now if we take the example of UID number, that is Aadhaar card number, that is having fixed length, we know that there will be 12 digits in that number, so we can choose char text fix, because it will not contain less than 12 and more than 12. Similarly, if we see PAN number, which consists of 10 digit, or we can say the combination of digits and numbers, it will also not occupy space less than 10 or more than 10. But whereas name is here, then name can consist of 3 characters, 4 characters, 5 characters, 7 characters, it can vary. Similarly, email address, which is the combination of textual data and numeric data, so it can also vary. Someone has made the email ID like abc123@gmail.com, or someone has made like email ID xyz12 and then @yahoo.com. So there is a variation in the values for those fields. Other aspect, storage space. If you do not want that while you are creating some application and you do not want any wastage of the storage space, then you can prefer to use varchar data type. Next, long varchar or memo. When you have to store the text more than 255 characters, then you would prefer to use memo data type. This memo data type, now it is also termed as long text data type. If you will see in the different database softwares, then it will be termed as long text, specifically in MS Access. For example, if you want to write large sentences or paragraphs, or if you want to write some detailed product description, then you would prefer to use long varchar memo, as its maximum length is 1 GB. Next, varchar ignore case. It is also a text data type which is used to store word or sentence up to the specified length, similar to the other data types. Comparisons are not case sensitive, but it stores capitals as you type them. That is the main difference. Next, we have numeric data types. Numeric data types are used for storing numeric data in a column, such as mobile number, roll number, year of school admission or admission number, or some statistical values. The different types of numeric data types are boolean, that is yes or no, tiny integer, that is tiny int, small integer, small int, integer, then big integer, numeric, decimal, and float. So today we learned about data types and its importance. Then under the data types we have discussed about alphanumeric data type, and under alphanumeric we discussed about char, varchar, memo, and varchar ignore case. Along with this, we have just an introduction. We had just an introduction of the numeric data type, and under the numeric data type, what different types are available. And if you feel any difficulty, if you face any difficulty in any of the content which we discussed today, don't worry, read topic again, and once we'll start with the practical portion, gradually things will be easy for you. So good luck and thank you.